Thank you, Dinesh. And hello, Boston. I'm killing precious seconds here. I'm watching it tick down. Now, Prophis is here to talk to you about an application we have that not only answers complex questions about your portfolio, which sounds like a great idea to me, but it also identifies what questions you ought to be asking. Now that's a problem because there is a gigantic amount of information out there. Welcome to the FinTech Sandbox. There's huge amounts of information out there, and it's almost impossible if you run a portfolio of any complexity to watch everything. In fact, you probably watch the things you're familiar with or you read about in the news, but what about those other things that are happening that you haven't seen? And let's face it, those things that you haven't seen are oftentimes rather significant problems. So we thought about that, and we decided that more screens are not the answer. Thank you very much. No. We are Prophis, and we have a different solution. We've got a team of 6 based in London with the relevant backgrounds and experience, and we've all worked together. And we thought, how do you solve that problem, and what are the constraints that you have to work under? Well, one of the things that we thought about was there's going to be a huge amount of data. There may be a lot of data today, but there's going to be even more. Machine learning is going to become commonplace. And we think a more complete solution, end-to-end, that is data-centric is needed. So we thought about a different way than most people do looking at data. How many people are big into graph databases? Oh, come on. How many people want to be big into graph databases? Okay, well, mark this day. 10 years from now, this will be commonplace. This is the future. So let me tell you a little bit about what it is. Here's an example of a bank that has a portfolio of commercial mortgages. And the question is, do you have any exposure to Argentina or Ukraine or China? Well, of course not. I've got a portfolio, I've got positions, I've got obligors, collateral. No Argentina. I'll even go to the CMSA and grab the tenant information. I'm good, no Argentina. But what if you get more data and you start connecting that? You start creating this spider web. Well, guess what? You're going to find some exposures and some risks that you have out there that you wouldn't know otherwise. And a graph database is designed for that kind of analytics. So this is why we think this is the future of data analytics. And we are looking to build for each company that we work with their own financial graph, their own trading systems and data warehouses combined with data from FinTech Sandbox providers into a giant spider web. Now, in the small amount of time that I've got left, I'll talk to you about our product. We have something that gets data into a graph database. If you work with a graph database, you'll realize that is a general nightmare. And we have the first product that actually is ETL designed for that. Not really exciting, but it's still useful. So once your data's in the graph, now what? It's time to explore and analyze. Now, what I'd like to tell you today is that this analytics capability is at the core of our software. And I'd like to tell you that it can do arbitrarily complex things, but that would be too dull. So I'm going to answer another question in the 50 seconds that I've got, which is, what are the movements that I ought to be worried about? Here's your portfolio. You never looked at it that way. We basically find all the paths that take you to interesting potential time series that are going to cause problems, and we pick out the ones that are going to have an issue. And we write a story automatically and show you visualizations that explain why that's relevant to you. It's only possible because we keep the data in this structure. Now, Boston, I am looking for beta testers So please come forward. No cost. Why? I can't charge for FinTech Sandbox data. Haha. You can get access to that through us. And we will do all of the heavy lifting. Thank you very much. I look forward to answer any questions after the whole event. Thank you very much.